I've simply garnished it with a little basil, and I am so ready to dig in and try this fabulous smelling dish. The sauce is amazing. You'll want to dunk that bread in and really taste all the fabulous flavors. A simple, hearty, yet amazingly delicious dish. This is such a versatile dish, and if you wait till the end of the video, I will show you a wonderful surprise serving suggestion. Hi, come cook with me. I'm Stella V, and today we will be preparing a wonderful Italian classic that can be used in many other dishes as a base, but it's also equally delicious just on its own. We will be making sausage, peppers, and onions. So join us as we go step by step, and I'll show you how quickly and easily you can do this in your own kitchen. Here are the ingredients we'll be using. I have Italian hot sausage, but you can easily use either chicken or turkey sausage if you prefer. I really like the Italian hot sausage, and it's spicy and wonderful. We've got a beautiful medley of bell peppers in every color, red, yellow, and orange, and they're sliced into a beautiful sliver. We also have a couple of onions, white onions, sliced thinly, and our aromatics and our liquids, along with some tomato. My tomatoes are a pureed tomato, but you can use a whole tomato and just crush them by hand, or you can use a passata. I also have my liquids, which we'll be using red wine and water, and our aromatics. Some of them might surprise you. The tomato paste, but I also have Worcestershire and soy sauce along with some tomato ketchup. This dish is full of flavor and comes together really quickly. You can pour this over pasta, you can use it over rice, or you can use it just on its own. So join us as we go step by step, and I'll show you how quickly and easily you can do this in your own kitchen. I want to thank all our subscribers, and I hope you've been following our journey. We are now back in Canada. I'm in beautiful Collingwood, Ontario, after spending that wonderful 4-month period in Ajijic, Mexico. We've hit the saute button, and we'll be adding a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. We're just going to wait for the oil to get a little bit hot, and then I will be browning each of the pieces of the sausage. I've got them cut into about 1.5-inch pieces, and these are about 4 sausages, or about a pound. You can hear the sizzle happening, and that means the sausages are on their way to getting a beautiful browning color. So we're keeping an eye on the sausage, and we'll be turning them over and making sure they're browned on all sides. This is a really important step because not only does it seal in moisture and flavor, but it adds a lot of flavor to the bottom of the pot, which we will incorporate in our final dish. At this point, you can see it, you can see the browning, you can hear it, you can hear the sizzling, and you can really smell that wonderful flavor. The aroma is just wafting up through. These have been browning for about 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm just going to take them out and put them into a dish. We're just going to set these aside for a few minutes while we prepare the rest of the ingredients. Oil's hot, time to add the onions. Give them a good stir. You can see that all of those brown bits from the meat are now on the bottom of the pot. They're adding a lot of flavor to our final dish. And it's important to make sure we give the onions a stir, and we'll be sauteing them for 2 or 3 minutes until they're softened. Now that the onions have been sauteing for 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to add the beautiful medley of bell peppers in all those glorious colors. Give it a stir. And again, 2 or 3 minutes to make sure they're softened and the saute is doing its job. Because of the moisture from the peppers and the onions, we're able to loosen up some of the brown bits as we give it a stir. But don't worry, we won't be able to get all of it, but the next step will help us do that. As the peppers and onions release their juices, they begin to soften and the aromas are just wonderful. We know we're going to have a tasty dish. Now that we've been sauteing for 3 or 4 minutes, all of the vegetables are quite soft and it's time to deglaze our pot. What does deglazing mean? Remember all those beautiful brown bits that added so much flavor? We can't have them stuck to the bottom of the pot, otherwise will cause us some problems in the recipe. Wine is a wonderful deglazing agent. You can also use vinegar, but I certainly prefer wine. Now we're adding half a cup of red wine, and automatically the temperature drops and we can really, just by stirring, loosen up any brown bits that are stuck to the bottom of the pot. And don't forget, all those brown bits are flavor. The wine makes it so easy to just simply scrape the bottom and everything gets nice and loose. Time to start adding our aromatics. I have 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. We'll put that in right now. We've also got 2 cups of tomato puree or crushed tomatoes. They go in now. And give everything a good stir. And the rest of our aromatics. The ketchup, 2 tablespoons of ketchup. That gives it a little bit of a tanginess. And our umami flavors. We have soy sauce and Worcestershire. Nothing you would really associate with an Italian dish, but it provides such an umami, unctuous flavor, and it's kind of there in the background, but boy, does it add a flavor bomb. And 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. That's our aromatics. We'll give everything a really good stir, and the dish is really coming together in here. Time now for our herbs and seasonings. I have a teaspoon of dried basil, 2 teaspoons of dried Italian seasonings. Even though I'm using hot Italian sausage, I find just a little pinch of hot pepper flakes adds such a great flavor to the sauce. Teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of ground pepper. I eyeball it, but if you need to, make sure you use a teaspoon measuring. Give everything a stir, and we're just about ready for our final additions. I'm going to add another half a cup of red wine, so that's a total of 1 cup of red wine. And we're going to add just a little bit more moisture, half a cup of water. We're ready to add the sausage back into the sauce. Make sure everything gets in there, all those beautiful, delicious juices. You can see there's lots of sauce there, perfect for your pasta, rice dish, or to soak up all that wonderful crusty bread. Time to cancel that saute function, and we're getting ready to put the lid on and pressure cook for 4 minutes. The lid is locked in place. We've made sure that the button is onto the sealing position, and we're going to set it for 4 minutes on high pressure. And that's it. How simple could that be? We are just a few minutes away from a delicious, wonderful, flavorful dish, sausage, peppers, and onions in a beautiful tomato base. I want to take a minute here to thank all my subscribers and let me know if you're using the recipes and how they're working out for you. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like a copy of the recipe, hit the link in the description. We've counted down 4 minutes, and now we're just going to wait for 5 minutes for it to naturally release. At the end of 5 minutes, we'll turn the vent open and we'll release any remaining pressure. And now we'll just release that vent. There's a little bit of steam left, not a lot. Not only does that look delicious, it smells amazingly wonderful. I simply garnished it with a little bit of fresh basil, and I am so ready to dig in and try this fabulous smelling dish. So full of flavor, beautifully spicy. The tomato richness comes through. The onions, the peppers, they all meld together into this wonderful, warm deliciousness. The sauce is amazing. You'll want to dunk that bread in and really taste all the fabulous flavors. A simple, hearty, yet amazingly delicious dish. Make sure you subscribe. We'll alert you to the next video. And in the meantime, make sure you try this really easy, simple, and absolutely delicious dish. Come cook with me. I'm Stella V. I promised you a surprise application for this wonderful dish. And it's so versatile. Yes, you can have it on its own, over pasta, over rice. But this is one of my favorite ways to have sausage, peppers, and onions. We are going to be poaching eggs into the sauce, and we've created yet another delicious dish simply by adding some eggs. Put some of the sauce along with the sausage and peppers into a pan. I'm just using my induction portable stovetop just to show you. But all we're doing is having a little tiny well. We'll add our eggs right into the sauce. Simple as that. Simply season with salt and pepper. And put the lid on it. We're simply poaching eggs in that beautiful tomato sauce along with the flavors of the onion, peppers, and sausages. That can be breakfast for dinner, it could be lunch, it could be brunch. A wonderful application and a third way of using that beautiful dish we just made. This just takes a few minutes, and I like to just take a spoon and add the hot poaching liquid onto the top of the egg so that we have it all cooked evenly. That looks amazing, perfectly poached eggs, and we're ready to dig in. A few simple ingredients, 20 minutes, and a versatile dish you can have with pasta, over rice, or even with poached eggs. Hi, come cook with me because I'm Stella V. And if you like what you see, hit subscribe, leave a comment, tell me that you subscribed, and I'll reply.